and welcome back to Please Watch Our Podcast. This week, what are you doing?
Sorry.
This week, we're talking about Equilibrium, a 2002 film by... Oh, shit. I probably should have had this up.
Same. Hey, it's been a minute, okay? We're kind of rusty,
Kurt
okay?
Wimmer. My bad. Or Kurt Weimer. It's probably Kurt Weimer, but I don't fucking know. It stars Christian Bale, Sean Bean, Emily Watson, not Emma Watson, and of course Taye Diggs. And we are bringing me and Connor, so Mitch and Connor are bringing you the front and center analysis of this movie. How'd you like it?
I'm being honest, friend Mitch. I did not enjoy this movie at all. Like, I enjoyed. I'm not saying at all is a lot, but like, there's parts of this movie. If you hear an echo, I'm sorry. If there's parts of these movies I did not like, there would be certain points, and I'm just like listening to him just talk about. Well, you see, we live in a world because we don't want people to, get in fights anymore because blah, blah, blah. I'm like, shut up. Like, do something.
It's quite funny. And I know that's part of the shtick is that, like, they're talking about how they don't want people to fight. And then they go around murdering a bunch of people.
But yeah.
But it was early 2000s kitschy action. It was good action. Yeah. Christian Bale. They didn't really stick to the theme of people not feeling emotion.
Yes, it got really confusing really fast. Basically, what happened is this movie's made by Dimension Films, which I was like, oh, I've seen that logo. Have you seen Spy Kids? It's like the same company made Spy Kids, and I don't know why I didn't figure this out, but like, it was founded by Bob Weinstein. So I'm like, that's a great way to start the movie. Fuck the Weinsteins. Anyways, basically what happened is there's a World War III, relatable. And basically, like, someone came up with the idea. It's like, why don't we get rid of all art, all literature, everything,
all just emotion. Get rid of all emotion. And then get rid of anything that could inspire emotion, essentially.
Yeah. And we're just listening to one person because that one person we trust. And I'm like, okay. Like, there's other movies who've done it much better. I can't think of anything right now, but there's much better movies out there who did plots similar to this. But
it's very 1984. But if 1984 was dope as fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And namely, like, the movie opens, there's like hiding paintings, the Mona Lisa.
I actually quite enjoyed that scene because, like, where the fuck did that come from? How did that happen? But it was like the perfect example of just how they're like, yep, these fuckers just have the real Mona Lisa under the floorboards.
They just have it. And the idea, another thing this movie and I hate it when movies do this, they just don't go into, like, how does this affect the rest of the world? Like, how does, like, there's no, like, the world's huge. You're telling me that there's I'm sure a billion people hunting down people who are, like, reading a book, like, it's so dumb, but again, kind of awesome. There's a scene where you're like, he's shooting people and then he slides in the door and I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. And then he burns Mona Lisa. I was like, oh. But yeah. I don't know what happens. But yeah, he burns Mona Lisa. But yeah. I'm trying to think. His partner's like, they're driving back, and his partner's like, I'm gonna keep this book. I should have wrote down what the book was. I just didn't really care. Oh. Is there like a meaning to that? Or not?
He was an Irish poet. I'm pretty sure he wrote a lot about Liberation. I can't quite remember. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not a huge Irish poet historian, or fanatic, really.
Yeah, yeah. Same. Honestly, if you're Scottish, I would probably know. That's a joke. That's a lie.
Yeah, there's no fucking way you'd know about poets.
No. Basically, before that, though, we kind of get a shot of like this whole kind of town, this really gross millennial gray town city, and everyone's like putting these pills into their neck, and I call them like I wrote it down. I can't think of what it's called now. Lobotomy. You know when you put the little thing in your eye?
Lobotomy.
Lobotomy juice.
Lobotomy.
And you just put in your neck. Lobotomy juice? Lobotomy juice. And it just inject that in their neck. And I thought, wow. And that's why no one feels emotion. Did they go into detail about it?
Yeah,
really?
It gets rid of their emotion. And it's like a part of their religion. And I don't know why the fuck they have a religion or whatever the fuck it is, because their whole thing is eradicating fucking. It's a cool. It would be a very nuanced take if you thought at any point that they actually tried to make them hypocritical, but they didn't. They didn't. The whole shtick wasn't like there was no hypocrisy. I mean, they were all hypocrites. Let's be fucking honest. But they didn't like make that a point in the movie, and that was.
Yeah, I feel like there is definitely like, I don't know. They probably cut out something that would have made a lot more sense. But it's literally just like, because how can you not have an emotion, like an emotion help you do things, because like, I don't get that. I just don't understand it. Maybe I'm dumb, but.
Well, the idea is like, if you remove all emotion, you're purely logical.
So just logic going from there and back, like just doing your thing, then I guess. It's just kind of like.
Just pure logic.
Yeah. There's also children, and apparently children have like a hyper sense of just knowing what people's emotions are going to be. They just kind of point at people and then they just get arrested and killed. It's kind of neat. But yeah, Christian Bale, his partner, has a book, and we get a pretty cool scene where he holds the book up. Christian Bale holds his gun up to the book, and they shoot. I thought that was kind of nice. I'll say.
Yeah.
I was gonna say director of photography popped off, just to be honest, but like that's just me.
Yeah, no, the movie visually was pretty interesting. Maybe not interesting is probably not the right word. Because it was pretty actually, no, there were some cool shots, there was some decent action. Very like John Woo, gung fu kind of inspired action, and like definitely some Eastern cinema, and a weird infatuation with Eastern what is it, like culture? But I mean that's like the whole 90s they were doing that.
Well,
everywhere.
Like Matrix came out in 1999, right? Or am I wrong? 99, sure 99, and then this came out in 2002. And if you see it through that lens, you can see why the movie's kind of like the way it is.
It's also 100% just the 90s in general had like a weird fetishization of especially like what's the word, like macho Asian culture. So like the Asian warrior, the stoic samurai, the fuck, what's the word? The mysterious, enigmatic ninja, the kung fu master, and but then you mix that with the rising culture of like goth and alternative culture in the 90s, and then you get Matrix, you get Equilibrium, you get all these things. You even get like stuff like Vampire the Masquerade, which is a tabletop RPG which came out, which is like super fucking influenced by all that shit. The 90s was a weird melting pot of cultural.
And I would honestly, sorry.
No, you can go.
I wouldn't say like the 90s, like cinema, like the 90s kind of thing didn't end till like 2005, really. And then we got like, whenever there's like more like action movies and not so much like sci-fi, more grounded, if you know what I mean. You know? Or like around like 2005. So like, no, I'm going to say it kind of stayed until like we had Jason Bourne. Jason Bourne came out and kind of flipped things around and made things more like
90s.
Jason Bourne. No,
Yeah.
Is it the 90s?
Bourne Identity was like 99 as well. Oh, 2002. 2002.
Okay, so
the year this movie came out.
So like, I feel like after Jason Bourne, things started to change and we went more action, and it was like more so a grounded action, not so much sci-fi action, if that makes sense. Like, not so much like post-apocalyptic world. It's our time now, and we're shooting people.
I'd say we'd actually kind of, as we moved into the 2000s, we probably got more dystopian future movies than we ever had before.
Okay.
Hunger Games, Divergent. Let's talk about Cloverfield. Let's talk about.
True, but that's more 2010s. If you like.
Oh, pretty sure.
Yeah, Hunger Games.
Was Hunger Games
2000?
Oh my God, you're
Hunger
right.
Games 2000. Yeah. So, and I'm just
you're right. Okay.
My little bit of knowledge I know about Hunger Games is that
when the fuck did Divergent come out? 2014. Okay, I'm way off. I'm way off. My bad.
I'm kind of right.
Yeah, you are right. You are.
Thank you. But I'll just talk quickly about Hunger Games because I love the Hunger Games. Susan Collins she was inspired by the Hunger Games because she saw like the war in Iraq and then a game show, and she's like, oh, kind of weird. And then she came up with an idea of like entertainment using propaganda basically to entertain people who are very privileged, and that'll be us in this situation, just being able to sit back and see this happening on our TV, if you know what I mean. Hunger Games is really good. If you hate on it, I recommend watching it. That's Connor's opinion tonight. But yeah. Anyways.
I'm losing my mind. I'm trying to figure out what movies came out between 2000 and 2009. Sorry, just keep talking about.
I really do feel like around.
No, I don't think you're wrong. I just kind of want to know.
There's definitely was like Matrix was a huge thing, and it really did a number on like it changed cinema history. You know, like it really did a lot. There was still
the Matrix. Sorry,
the Matrix did like a big.
Yes. Yeah. No, it did. It for real did.
It definitely was like the star. Like if honestly, like similar to Star Wars, it really like changed people's, whole thing around everything, and made everyone scared of technology, which is understandable. I don't think we really have had anything like we kind of have had things like similar to like a Matrix that kind of was like it just wasn't as big, I feel like, but I might be completely wrong.
I think the early 2000s was probably the rise of war movies. You know what I mean? Also, kind of thrillers were like a big thing. Thrillers, and war movies, and
I'm just gonna be I'm kind of talking out of my behind here. From
crime movies? I think it was a
from
big
what
one.
I
Yeah.
understand, a certain thing happened in the early 2000s, and that really start to make things to really inspire people to make them, because I think I talked about this before on the podcast. Country music pre 9/11.
You talking about 9/11?
Yeah, country music pre 9/11 was very much like people working their asses off to do anything against the big man, which is like government and other corporations.
It was very much like we're the small man.
Yeah, and then
we hate the government.
Yeah, and then 9/11 happened, and then country music is like USA. It's like a little bit chicken fry, It's like we raise our stars and stripes, let evil forever. It's like it was still happening for a long period of time. So I feel like definitely like 9/11 definitely did. It was an impact on, I'm sure, movies in general too. People decided, I don't know. I'm just kind of talking on my behind there, but I'm sure that's a reason that a lot of action movies happened that were set in the modern day. No World War III or anything like that. You know what I mean?
I also definitely think it was the actual war in Iraq and that
No.
No.
I don't think it was the main leading thing to things being more grounded, but I'm sure it had a helping hand, if you know what I mean.
I'm not talking about grounded. I'm talking about war movies.
I see. Oh, you're saying not the role. Yeah. No. I doubt it. I don't know.
You doubt?
No, sorry. I don't know.
I think there's a pretty
that I didn't enjoy.
Yeah.
He had a shit kid. His son?
No, his son was a dog. His son was a dog.
I know he was. He was at the end of the movie, but the start of the movie, I wanted to fucking slap this kid.
Yeah,
he's
like, then you realize
your lobotomy pill broke. I'm gonna tattle on you. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna slap you.
Yeah, but then you realize the whole time he hasn't even been on his meds.
Yeah. Oh, so
yeah. That was the whole thing.
I still didn't like him.
He's just so fucking good. He's literally so cracked. His dad, who's trained to find people like that, couldn't even figure him out. But he's cracked.
Yeah. But yeah, basically, he just doesn't take his lobotomy. I'm not gonna say it. His pills anymore, and he gets a new partner. His new partner seems chill. I like his new partner. What do you think about? I forget the partner's name. His new partner in the movie.
Taye Diggs, the guy who betrays him.
Yeah. What do you think of him?
He sucks.
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit.
I don't know.
I mean, everyone. It's kind of the problem with the movie is that, like, literally anyone who isn't the main character, I will not and cannot sympathize with.
Yeah. I also don't exactly know. Like, they're going for a futuristic feel.
Yes.
But they're driving cars.
Yeah. This is
I don't know.
Post World War. So it's if you look at the sets, it's like half the shit's like burnt to fuck. And
true.
There's only one city in the middle that's actually functioning.
So did they say there's only one city left in this movie, or am I just
yeah.
Oh, so what I said before is kind of dumb. But still, whatever.
Well, I don't think they said it explicitly, but they talk about everything outside the city as the Nether. So I imagine that everything else kind of sucks nuts. Like
in Minecraft, right?
Yes.
I'm not changing the subject. Sorry, I was going to ask you about the Minecraft trailer, but I don't want to do that.
I haven't watched it.
Don't watch it. I don't know why I watched it. It was interesting to say the least. Basically,
yes.
We get a nice shot of him taking a shower, and he's peeling the wall. He's peeling off like this. He's starting to get more sense. Like he's starting to feel things. It's a pill.
Yeah. He hasn't taken the pills in a while, and his emotions are starting to come back.
He looks out the window and he sees a city of rain, and he's like, "Oh, it's beautiful." And he started to cry. He basically he hunts down people, and he finds music, and he plays the music, and there's an explosion in his mind. That's yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit pretentious.
Yeah.
In the way it's like, oh, the moment you hear this music, your mind will explode if you've never heard something of its ilk before. And then you're like, shut the fuck up. It's Beethoven. It's awesome. Yeah. Sure. It's not gonna fucking mind fuck you. Like, it's not gonna make, it's gonna be like, oh my God, this is dope. I haven't heard this shit before. Like, fuck off.
I also, I guess it'd be killed because, if we're in this world, we're both created. I guess we're both created people. We'll just be killed off very quickly.
Also, how do people, if you don't have any emotions, how do people, couple up?
Yeah.
Do they love each other, or is it just purely procreation?
Or, you're just I'm assuming they're assigned or something.
I mean, I guess you can just... find someone, be like, hey, you want to spend the rest of your life with me, and pop out a cute kids, and they're like, what's your genetic background?
Yeah. They wouldn't even care about that though, right? I guess I
would.
But you're just assigned, and they're like, you're just gonna do this person, and it's like, oh, by the way, my family has brain cancer, and it passes on. And then
I don't know if they're assigned. They never said it.
So that's kind of dumb.
Yeah, and so then he falls in love. He falls in love with his partner's ex-wife. But they talked 3 times.
No, see, yeah, and one of them, he's there's a mirror. They don't have mirrors, right? Am I wrong? Or
they have mirrors.
They shattered. Oh, they had mirrors. Okay, never mind then.
Yes.
Never mind. I was gonna get really mad for a minute. I have a question. Ready?
Yeah.
So if you got your emotions taken away, or this is your first time experiencing them, what do you think would be the first emotion you feel once your emotions come back? It's a kind of big brain question, but
horny.
Okay. Yeah.
Rage, probably.
Yeah, makes sense. I was gonna say, depending on my situation, I don't really get horny. But maybe just anger, because probably
rage.
I don't know what I would feel, because I'd feel this away.
Yeah, you took it away from me. I'm fucking pissed. Yeah. But then I'd have to lock the fuck in so I don't get shot in the head right away. That was my thing. Is when Christian Bale, the chick gets murked, right? The fire, the turbine engine, they get incinerated. That makes no sense. That's weird ritual.
And the amount
for a society with no emotion, there is way too much ritual and weird shit. Because rituals, they serve a function to play on our emotions, right? Like when you go up and you take the blood of Jesus and the body of Jesus, it wouldn't work as well if you didn't believe in the body of Jesus going into you. You know what I mean? So it's ritually burning someone.
Yeah,
it makes no fucking sense. It's just cruel.
Have you seen Futurama?
Yes, I've seen it twice. Yeah.
The first episode, Bender walks into the suicide. That should just be it. It should just be a door. You close it, burn. There shouldn't be 5 people standing there. It's you're gonna there should be force because the person doesn't want to be killed, but it shouldn't be this T tower. You can see them the other side. It should just be a door, open, shut, fire. You're dead. You know? Very much. It's just weird in general too. So it's also starting the movie, we're bouncing around. I don't care. Starting the movie, there's a giant projection of the father, And once it's done, everyone's clapping. It's like, why do you care?
That's the thing. It's like there's so much emotion that people show, but the whole conceit of the movie, like the whole thing that it's fucking based off of, like the whole driving point of the story is that people do not feel emotion anymore. And then people are clapping and cheering, and then there's like there was the speech by Taye Diggs at the like near the end of the thing. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Like when he finally captions him, and he's like smiling and like yelling at Christian Bale. I'm like, what? You wouldn't be happy for this because you don't feel fucking happy, and you wouldn't be angry at him because you don't feel angry. So why are you playing it like this?
No, and at the start of the movie, at the start of the movie, I'm like, they zoomed in on one person. I'm like, oh, is he gonna like be happy or something? He's gonna be shot down. Then everyone started clapping. I'm like, wait, you just told us like no emotion. Why? I just don't get it. Like, it was just it's so dumb. It was just really dumb. They needed what they could have done, and I feel like this has been done before, probably in a book or something. Make Christian Bale younger, or like have a younger person in that role. Be it that you make the lobotomy juice a lobotomy. People have to get it when they reach a certain age, and then these kids realize, oh, we don't want to get this because we like feeling things, and then they shut down the whole government. You know, they could have done something like that.
That's a very young adult.
It's been done. Yeah,
it's a very young adult teen dystopic future novel right there.
I just don't think you could do it with adults, but it just doesn't make sense.
I liked that it was an adult and not a child, but that's I'm not a big fan of children overthrowing governments.
No, it's like I was just thinking of one way you could redo it. Another thing, I just don't know, like, they have a scene where he goes to like an underground lair 1 hour into the movie with other people who are not taking the lobotomy juice. And I'm just like, why not have that earlier? You know? Like, they have that an hour in. You know what I'm talking about?
Literally not at all. I'm going to be honest.
So he goes to he's like, things happen, and he goes to like a little building, and they're like, this is the... Fuck, I can't remember what it's called. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. It was something... But it's like a headquarter, like a little underground lair with other people. And I'm like, why not have this earlier in the movie? Why not have him meet other people? In general, too, it's like he's very much by himself. And the only person is the girl, the woman who he had like 2 sentences with. And it's just like, there's nothing between that. Like, there's not other people he meets. Other people he meets, he's like, I'll try and save you. But it's when he's on his like mission to go and kill people because they're reading, like, I don't know, books.
If I start reading hentai, will I get shot in the head?
Yeah, you would. That'd be fucking embarrassing. Oh, it was rated R. They could have done that. It was rated R.
Okay, the best scene, I think the best scene in the movie, at least the most interesting one, was when he has to go out. Sorry, I'm yawning. He has to go out and hunt down the rebels, and he's struggling with the fact that he's going to have to kill them, and then he doesn't want to, and he's actually sticking by his guns and not killing them. He was trying to help them escape first, but then it kind of fell apart because they were captured anyways, and he was like, fuck. So now I have to play along. And the other guys, thank God, they played along as well.
Yeah.
But like that scene where he was like back and forth, where you could see he was struggling, that was probably the most engaging scene in the movie. At least for me.
Liked it. Yeah, I liked it because, like, when they're passing the gun back and forth, it's like, oh, I don't have any bullets, and his partner's, I forget his name, it's like, take my gun, and he's like, no.
Oh yeah, and the reveal at the end. Yeah. Of what actually happened. No, I'm
talking about like when they're
I know.
Yeah.
But then the reveal at the end that pays off when you think it's just they're just handing their guns like back and forth and they don't know what's happening. And at the end, it was pretty fucking good.
Yeah. No, like, there are parts in this movie I liked a lot. But other times, I'm just like, it could have been better. And I do feel like if you were to make this movie different, I don't know what you would do. Just like no clapping or anything. You just have to be like, if it's just logical, you have to look at it from like a logical kind of way. Like,
it's an action movie first, sci-fi movie second.
Yeah, which is
100%.
Yeah, I don't know how you're like. I don't know. I don't want to say I didn't like it, but I didn't like the movie. I'm not gonna watch it again, unfortunately. I'm happy I watched it.
No, yeah, I'd watch scenes on YouTube when they pop up on like YouTube Shorts, but like I never rewatched the movie.
Yeah, because again, very much like Matrix. You know, like he has two guns. He's shooting people when they have like giant, big, huge guns, and I'm gonna assume. I don't know. Did they say this in the movie? But like maybe like him not taking the lobotomy juice is making him better at shooting people. You know, like I don't know, because I feel like
it was not brought up. I don't think.
I'm gonna assume just because you are more. I guess you'd be more clear of mind with the lobotomy juice.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, because I'm trying to think like when you think of like the Matrix, the reason why Uno is so good because sorry, I don't know why is the name slipping me? It's not. Is it Uno? Why am I thinking it's Uno?
What are you talking about?
It's not, though. Who's the main guy in the Matrix? What is
Neo?
his name? Thank you. I said Uno.
Neo.
Thank you. Neo. Thank you.
Uno. That's one in Spanish.
I'm aware. I want to kill myself now. Anyways, he's able to shoot people. And he's really good because he's the chosen one and they uploaded information into his brain. The only thing that makes Christian Bale different from everyone else is that he's like the top.
He trained this fucking.
I guess like that's the only thing, but still, it's just like when they have like giant guns and all he has is little handguns. I'm still like there's like a small part of me. It's like I feel like someone could shoot you in the leg or something, but that's just me.
Yeah, and also completely unrealistic. Like you're not going to be able to kill like a whole room of fucking people with two little automatic pistols before anyone can shoot you. But I mean, it's cool.
Yeah.
So the rule of cool always wins.
Trademark by Please Watch Our Podcast. We're putting on a t-shirt one day. Don't worry.
It is. Don't worry. The rule of cool is not my coming up with. It's a pretty standard.
Shit.
It's a pretty standard like storytelling device, especially amongst like tabletop RPGs.
Never
like
mind,
D&D
guys. I don't trademark. I don't want to deal with anything. Put on a t-shirt, maybe. No, we're not putting on a t-shirt.
We could totally put on a t-shirt. I don't give a fuck.
We could.
If also, people buy it. Money. Give me money, you fucking losers.
T-shirt design.
I'm so unemployed.
Side note, t-shirt design right now. I'm thinking either we both. There's 3 shirts we make. In my head, and there's a moon. It's like a wolf howling at the moon, and then another one both us, and then another one is you. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Howling at the moon.
Another idea.
It's kind of
okay.
Go.
So it's a t-shirt, right? Right. But it's both our heads on where the nipples would be. Our mouths are open, and there's actually 2 little holes cut in the shirt to fit the nipples through. So every time they put on the shirt, it's our mouths shooting nipples out. Thoughts?
I like it. Would it be just for men? Or men presenting people?
We'd have to get it adjusted for other body types, but
Yep. I like it.
I'm not opposed to some titties. I'm not opposed.
We'll put that on a t-shirt. There we go. They also
I'm down to clown.
Sorry, we're bouncing around a little bit.
Fuck it. Anyone who actually listens to this podcast knows we don't stay long.
No. Yeah. I'm trying to think of a vibe for this like what's the vibe for this podcast too? Because I listen to other people's podcasts and I feel like they have a
ADHD.
vibe. I can't talk.
real life mental latency, a complete and utter lack of preparation every time we come into this. We're always like, damn, we should have Googled this. Holy fuck, we should have done this.
Yeah.
Every time.
But I feel like it's just our charm though. And anyone who listens, they need to write in the comments. You guys are amazing.
Yeah, ladies.
Or men. Like, you guys, we're not saying anything, but like, ladies, if you want to comment, we are listening, our demographic is men, but like, we have like, I think 2% women lady listeners.
Fucking go. So that's like 1.
That's like 1. Thank you so much.
Yo, I'm yeah, ladies or men, hit me up. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Oh. Also, come up with a name. What do we call you? Pleasers? I like that actually.
What?
I said, what do we call people who listen to us? Pleasers. I like that.
What's a good word for peasant?
Pleasers.
I think they have to understand that they're lesser than us.
Yeah,
they are the fans of the series, and they must understand that we maintain a position above them.
We're kings. Nah, I don't want to make it monarchy. I don't want to make it monarchy. I feel like
we're dictators, and you guys are okay. We are. We're.
I like.
You guys are. You're. What's peons?
Peons. Yeah, peons because it's like pennant. Yeah, there you go. Peons. Thank you. And we are dictators.
Okay.
So thank you. I mean, like, honestly, because dictators kind of work. I don't know who would take out who first. No, it's like not dictators. Dictators don't work, but it works for us because like, we're not. Pause. Dictatorship? No, I'm against. But in this situation, it works because I don't think either of us are above each other, and we're even.
Mm-hmm. Except physically.
Yeah, because someone's tall and I'm not. Anyways, if
you hear that, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Oh, say, guys, he's over 6 foot. Ooh.
I'm over 6'5".
Oh, imagine that. Oh, I'm like over 5 foot. I'm over 5'5", ladies. Or no one, actually. I don't really care. They also fucking kill dogs, okay?
What?
And I'm just gonna...
What are we still talking about? Oh, back to the movie.
Wait, I think that's all I want to talk about. Back to the movie, they killed puppies, and I was watching the movie with my my mom's Dashin, a wiener dog. But the wiener dog, she really likes me, so she's mine basically, but like my mom bought her and everything. But she loves me. We're watching the movie together, and then they just start to shoot dogs. And I was very taken back, and I was like, damn.
It was quite literally, there was like a screenwriting fucking notion of like killing the cat or punching the cat, kicking the cat or something, where it's like, that is how you immediately establish your villain of the series or like your antagonist, is you make them commit an irredeemable act.
And
like usually when you think of irredeemable acts, you think of like murder, blah 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 blah. But there's many more that many people would completely sour your perception of a person if you saw them commit, like kicking a cat or shooting a dog in the face, as in this case.
And I feel like also like if you see a person die in a movie, you don't really feel the same. You see a dog die.
I could give less of a shit.
Yeah, of a dog dying or a person?
The first one.
Yeah, because I mean, like, in real life, if someone dies in real life, it's fucking serious and very sad. But in a movie, it's kind of like, oh, damn, you know? It depending on the movie. I'm not saying every movie's like that, but like if you see a dog, someone just like shoot a dog, you're like immediately like, because a dog. What did a dog do? What did the dog do? You know. But anyways, that's Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's an inherent innocence within animals that they can't. I think there's a very distinct understanding, at least most people have amongst animals, that like they can't really control much of what they do, and that they are beasts of instinct and are far removed from the cruelty that exists within the human experience. And they're inherently more innocent than a human.
Yeah. Like if you saw someone, I mean, another thing is like a baby. So it's like very, not similar, but like if I see a baby get killed, I will, or die.
I'm less of a fuck.
Okay, so that's where we differ.
You're like not even a dude yet. Like, shut the fuck up.
Or a woman.
Like, I'm not naming my kid till they're 3.
Oh,
like you could, like, you have a 3-year fucking period. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna name them 1 and 2 until they can actually start remembering my face, and then I'm like, oh fuck, I have to give you a name now.
I think the longest, I have a lot of siblings. I think like the longest time that like one of my siblings did have a name was like, I think almost a month. And my parents were like, we should definitely name this baby.
And then they were just like, other hand on the farm.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They literally just like, my grandma, basically, I mean, in a way, if you think about it, yeah. We're changing the subject now. I'm trying to think. There's like a lot of fighting that happens, and I just really, I've reached a point sometimes when I'm watching a movie, like I'm gonna change completely. Like I remember when I was like younger, I watched the Transformers movies. Don't ask me which one. I think it was like the 4th one. And it reached a part which is just like so many slow motions and explosions. My mind is like, I don't care anymore. And I've reached that point when I'm watching this movie, And I don't like reaching that point because, like, when I don't pay attention, I really just lose all attention, and that happens.
I just turn my brain off when I realize a movie's terrible. I lock the fucking probably more than I would if there's only 2 times I really give a shit about a movie. If it's genuinely really good, or it's so fucking god awful that I'm like, holy shit, I need to see every single choice that brought it to this screen. Like I just watched The Great Wall with Matt Damon. With my best friend Christian. My fucking god. Movie nuts. It was like a fake history, and then they're like, yeah, this is China. Boom, alien demons. Boom, fucking magical Chinese soldiers on the Great Wall of China. Boom, the Mongols aren't actually a threat. Boom, the white guy saves everyone. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? There was some cool shit in the movie, but it was mostly fucking stupid. But that's with everything. Pretty much anytime I watch a sci-fi movie or a fantasy movie or any movie, I'm like, I always try and find one thing that either subverted my expectations or attempted to subvert some sort of trope, just so I can understand how their mind worked in the process of the movie. Most likely so I don't make the same mistakes.
Yeah, because you want to make a movie and not have... That's like something that really scares me too, especially like, I want to make a short film. I am so scared I'm going to, and like, say something on this, and then like, in the future, someone's going to point out like, oh, he did this, and he said he didn't like doing this. I was like, you know what I mean? That scares me a little bit. And I feel like it will happen because humans make mistakes. We're not perfect beings. But yeah. I also just want to quickly say I'm happy they burnt the woman in this movie. I'm happy they went through with it because I was like so like scared. Christian Bale was gonna stop it just for it hit 0, but he didn't. And I'm like, good. Is it weird that was very much like
do it and then shoot his way out? I thought that was going to be the final act of the movie. I'm happy the direction it went. Yeah. I was still fully expecting, but also because I didn't really expect much from the movie, and that was like the most obvious, like dramatic thing to do.
Yeah, they did the 10, 9, 8, and I rolled my eyes. I'm like, he's gonna save him last minute, and then she died. I'm like, hey. I'm like, okay, good. You know, you earned that movie. I'll give that to you. Applause, a little clap. But yeah, I forget. Anyways, what happens next? He kind of figures out, like, he's at the point where, like, he is very much against. They called it the father.
Yeah, the Tetragrammaton.
Yeah, and he just fights a lot of people. Does anything really happen? Like, he kind of gets the really
they fight with samurai swords now, like katanas, which is, if you know anything about it, pretty much any sword, just not a very good one.
Yeah,
it's cool as fuck. It's not a good sword, especially
it really easily.
It really does. It really does. They're very cool. And the way they're made is incredibly cool, and hard to do, and a fucking testament to the actual craftsmanship of Japanese artists. But the weapons weren't great.
Yeah, I mean, you can have fun and be like, do fruit ninja with it and slice fruit with it, but like, that's, you know. My dad did that before he bought a sword. Like, I think someone gave him like a samurai sword. He said, "Okay, cool," and we all got
I want a sword. We all so badly.
The coolest sword that I think my father has. Oh, why can't I remember the name? It's the big. I can't think of it. It's a Scottish sword, giant, huge.
Claymore.
Yeah, he has one. And it's fucking sick. It's fucking huge too, and fucking heavy. I mentioned on the pod, I was a Highlander for Halloween once, and I just carried that whole sword with me when I was like
real metal sword, like sharp.
Yeah. I don't know how old I was. It was kind of sick though.
Oh my god.
Yeah, pretty dope. Could have killed everyone if I wanted to. We should talk about Highlander one day. I'll put it on my list. But yeah, he kind of gets fighting everyone. We find out that the father isn't years ago. No duh. And then he just kills a lot of people. He shoots a lot of people. You get a lot of. It's very much Matrix. Like, you can see it now. Like, you can see you see what I was talking about before. Like, Matrix really.
No, I yeah.
Oh my gosh. You know.
Which was also inspired by John Woo, which you should probably watch. I love John Woo. He's very cool.
Okay.
You should watch The Killer. It's probably his best one.
Okay, I'll put it to
it's in like list. Cantonese, I think. So
okay.
If you're gonna,
I need to
illegally watch it. Find one with subtitles.
Yeah, I would never illegally watch anything unless it's for educational purposes. Because I think that's illegal. It's probably illegal. Well,
who gives a shit?
Yeah,
the government. Like, I'm just kidding. I'm just happy
because this film was funded by a Weinstein brother, and I'm like, fuck you. Yeah. I don't want to give you money, ass. Fuck the Weinsteins. Like, sorry.
Yeah, they're pretty shitty. I don't think that's a hot take.
Shitty. No,
I don't think that's a hot take.
Like,
oh, sorry guys. Sorry if I ruffled any feathers. No, they suck.
They suck. And I'm now, whenever I watch Spy Kids and I see that fucking awesome intro, I'm like, fuck, that's from the Weinsteins. The Weinstein founded that company. Fuck. Anyways, how does this movie end? Do you remember?
Who gives a shit?
Honestly, the movie ends and it's like, no more bad people. You can stop taking a Lurabot and be killed.
The resistance, everyone rose up and started murdering everyone. So like the kind of moral of the story of the movie is that war is okay if you're doing it for a good cause. And the problem with that message is everyone who goes to war believes they're doing it for a good cause.
Oh, because if you think about it, the other side's like, we're getting rid of people's emotions, and that's good.
Yeah.
And then, like, also, like, they made it very clear in this movie, these people are, like, Nazis. Like, their logo looks like the Nazi logo. It's like, we get it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but I actually hate this movie.
You can't, it's so fucking hard. When you think of like, oh, how do you, I want an evil government.
Yeah, how do you do it?
Immediately you go to Nazi imagery, at least for most Western people.
Yeah.
I'd say British and French is probably a close second.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in Asia, Japanese would probably be a big one. They were fucking awful. They were like in World War II, like they were shit. They were terrible.
Yeah.
War crimes left, right, and center. Sorry, I have to bring that up because no one ever talks about it.
No, I mean, like, it's very much like I've seen memes. It's like, oh, Japan's so great, but like,
no, like straight up. Whatever. We're not talking about the fucking cultural landscape of the last 2 centuries of Japan.
We kind of went over it in our Godzilla.
Oh, in Godzilla, yes.
Plug.
Nice.
Thank you. You guys, it's on there. It got like 40 views, so that's pretty good for us, honestly.
That's huge.
That is huge. Also, guys, watch we made a little extra video, like we named 100 Men. We do fun stuff on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yeah, subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you can find more of us. And if you want to text Connor images of your feet, that's also where you can find his email.
Yeah, it's also down below in the show. Do you want to rate this movie? It's like, what would you rate it?
Yeah. Let's give it. Do I go out of 10 or 5 usually? I always ask this.
It varies. Fuck. You usually go, let's go for 5. Yeah, I think you started at 10.
Yeah, who gives a shit? I'm going to do 5 because of the 5-star system. Let's do this is a 2.8. Fuck.
It's like nothing
2 point.
Really,
there's literally nothing in this movie. Wow, this movie has nothing in it. 2.8.
Anything you can look.
Dudes in latex spinning in circles.
Yeah, like
that's pretty much the whole movie.
My little Letterboxd review. This movie boring. Sorry, and also it's just like the plot of. This is just, it wanted to be the Matrix so bad, and I'm just like, you're not the Matrix, dude. Let it go. Like, if you have, like, the idea of losing your emotions is interesting, but you really have to go hard on that, and they didn't. Also, they killed dogs. Fuck you. You think you earned that. You didn't. Christian Bale is good, though, and, that's all I can say. That's it.
Christian Bale was the only redeeming quality of the movie. I felt like I was actually kind of enjoying his performance at times. And I looked into reviews, and that's like what mostly people were saying. Like he saved what was left of them. Like he kind of saved, not saved, but like kept people invested in it, if anything. But yeah, he's fucking Christian Bale. He is one of the best actors of our generation. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah. So guys, in 2 weeks, our next movie will be When Harry Met Sally, and then we're going spooky.
Let's go.
It's Halloween. We have episodes set up already, but if you have a recommendation, we'd love to look into it and maybe talk about it. Our email is at pleasewatchourpodcast@gmail.com. It'll be linked down below, as well as other things. Guys, my YouTube channel I'm doing stuff on there. I mostly shit post, but I do stuff on there. if you want to check me out, you're welcome to. I'm sorry I have to do my own little plug there because I'm doing stuff and I don't have a job. But yeah, that's it. That's it, team. Mitch, did I lose you?
No.
Okay, perfect. We're gonna say goodbye.
We're gonna sign out now, and remember, folks, no one's coming to save you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.